At that time, Hezekiah became sick and almost died. The prophet Isaiah, son of Amoz, went to see him and told him, "The Lord says, you will die soon. So you should tell your family what they should do when you die. You will not get well." Hezekiah turned his face to the wall that faced the temple and began praying to the Lord. "Lord, remember that I have sincerely served you with all my heart. I have done what you said is good." Then Hezekiah cried very hard. Before Isaiah had left the middle courtyard, he received this message from the Lord. "Go back and speak to Hezekiah, the leader of my people. Tell him, this is what the Lord, the God of your ancestor David, says. I heard your prayer and I saw your tears, so I will heal you. On the third day you will go up to the temple of the Lord. I will add 15 years to your life. I will save you and this city from the king of Assyria. I will protect this city. I will do this for myself and because of the promise I made to my servant David." Then Isaiah said, "Crush figs together and put them on your sore. You will get well." So they took the mixture of figs and put it on Hezekiah's sore place, and he got well. Hezekiah asked Isaiah, "What will be the sign that the Lord will heal me, and that I will go up to the temple of the Lord on the third day?" Isaiah said, "Which do you want? Should the shadow go forward 10 steps or go back 10 steps? This is the sign for you from the Lord, to show that the Lord will do what he said he would do." Hezekiah answered, "It is an easy thing for the shadow to go down 10 steps. No, make the shadow go back 10 steps." Then Isaiah prayed, and the Lord made the shadow move back 10 steps. It went back up the steps that it had already been on. At that time Hezekiah became sick and almost died. The prophet Isaiah, son of Amoz, went to see him and told him, "The Lord told me to tell you this. You will die soon. So you should tell your family what they should do when you die. You will not get well." Hezekiah turned toward the wall that faced the temple and began praying to the Lord. "Lord, remember that I have faithfully served you with all my heart. I have done what you say is good." Then Hezekiah cried very hard. Then Isaiah received this message from the Lord. "Go to Hezekiah and tell him that the Lord, the God of your ancestor David, says, I heard your prayer and I saw your tears. I will add 15 years to your life. I will save you and this city from the king of Assyria. I will protect this city. This is the sign from the Lord, to show you that he will do what he says. Look, I am causing the shadow that is on the steps of Ahaz to move back 10 steps. The sun's shadow will go back up 10 steps that has already been on." It was in those days that Hezekiah became very sick and near death. He prayed to the Lord, and he spoke to Hezekiah and gave him a sign. But Hezekiah's heart was proud, so he did not give God thanks for his kindness. This is why God was angry with Hezekiah and with the people of Judah and Jerusalem. But Hezekiah and the people living in Jerusalem changed their hearts and lives. They became humble and stopped being proud. So the Lord's anger didn't come on them while Hezekiah was alive. Hezekiah had many riches and much honor. He made places to keep silver, gold, valuable jewels, spices, shields, and all kinds of things. Hezekiah had storage buildings for the grain, new wine, and oil that people sent him. He had stalls for all the cattle and stalls for all the sheep. Hezekiah also built many towns, and he got many flocks of sheep and cattle. God gave him much wealth. It was Hezekiah who stopped up the upper source of the waters of the Gihon spring in Jerusalem, and made the waters flow straight down on the west side of the city of David. And he was successful in everything he did. One time, the leaders of Babylon sent messengers to Hezekiah. The messengers asked about a strange sign that had happened in the nations. When they came, God left Hezekiah alone to test him and to know everything that was in Hezekiah's heart. This is the letter from Hezekiah when he became well. "I thought I would live a full life, but now, in the middle of my life, the time has come for me to die. So I said, I will not see the Lord Yahweh in the land of the living again. I will not see the people living on earth. My home, my shepherd's tent, is being pulled down and taken from me. I am finished like the cloth someone rolls up and cuts from the loom. You ended my life in such a short time. All night I cried as loud as a lion, but my hopes were crushed like a lion eating bones. You finished my life in such a short time. I cried like a bird and moaned like a dove. My eyes became tired, but I continued looking to the heavens. Lord, I am so depressed. Promise to help me. What can I say? He told me what would happen, and he will make it happen. I have had these troubles in my soul, so now I will be humble all my life. Lord, Use this hard time to make my spirit live again. Help my spirit become strong and healthy. Help me become well. Help me live again. Look, my troubles are gone. I now have peace. You love me very much. You did not let me rot in the grave. You took my sins and threw them away. The dead cannot praise you. People in Sheol cannot sing praises to you. Those who have died and gone below are not trusting in your faithfulness. People who are alive, people like me, are the ones who will praise you. Fathers should tell their children about how faithful you are. So I say, the Lord saved me. So we will sing and play songs in the Lord's temple all our lives. Then Isaiah told Hezekiah, crush figs together and put them on your sore. Then you will get well. Hezekiah asked Isaiah, what is the sign that proves I will get well and go to the Lord's temple? At that time, Merodach-Baladan, son of Baladan, was king of Babylon. He sent leaders and a gift to Hezekiah when he heard that Hezekiah had been sick. Hezekiah listened to the messengers and then showed them all the valuable things he owned. He showed them the silver, the gold, the spices, the expensive perfume, and the building where he stored the weapons. He showed them everything in his treasuries, in his palace, and in his kingdom. Then Isaiah the prophet came to King Hezekiah and asked him, what did these men say? Where did they come from? Hezekiah said, these men came from a faraway country, from Babylon. Isaiah said, what did they see in your palace? Hezekiah answered, they saw everything I own. I showed them all my wealth. Then Isaiah said to Hezekiah, listen to the message from the Lord. The time is coming when everything in your palace and everything your ancestors have saved until today will be carried away to Babylon. Nothing will be left. The Lord said this. The Babylonians will take your sons, and your sons will become officers in the palace of the king of Babylon. Then Hezekiah told Isaiah, this message from the Lord is good. Hezekiah said this because he thought there will be real peace and security during my lifetime.